Welcome into the latest edition of ESPN FC. I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Shaka Hislop and Stevie Nicol. We've talked about it a lot over the last few days. It was made official today. Marcus Rashford is a Barcelona player after making that loan move from Manchester United. This is what he had to say on his arrival in Catalonia. It's a club where people's dreams come true. They win big prizes, and what the club stands for really means a lot to me as well. It feels like I'm at home. Manchester United is in a period of change and has been for a while. I don't have anything bad to say about Manchester United. I wish them all the best, and I hope they're successful in the future. No matter what happens, I'm not going to regret my decision. Nedum Onuoha is with us, and it's interesting, Nedum, we've heard a lot from Shaka, a lot from Stevie as well. Not particularly positive, I think it's fair to say, about Marcus Rashford and his attitude over the last couple of years. What do you make about this move?
I think it's a really interesting one. I don't think there's anything that's really happened in the last couple of years that should make people think that, he's deserving of a move to go and be with the champions of La Liga, one of the most exciting sides in European football. But clearly they see his potential and they see a player who's desperate to have an impact. I think similar in the way that we saw when he went to Aston Villa in January. He arrived there, it felt different, he looked different, he was positive, and, he got to see something which maybe we'd not seen for a while in those colours of United. So yeah, it's an interesting move. And for him, it's a big one, because even the way he's talking there, it's so definitive, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There's nothing else, there's no United anymore. This is me at Barca, I won't regret my decision. I mean, it's a nice thing to say at the start, but you never know for the way football's going to go, because soon I'm sure we'll be talking about, well, where does he fit in with this Barcelona side? But the fact is, for now, playing one of the best young talents in world football, and Lamine Yamal is in a system where everybody knows that Barcelona way, and they'll be playing at the Spotify Camp Nou not too long as well. So I think for him, it is a perfect move, because it's clear to say that he wasn't going to be playing any football whatsoever at United this season.
What will be a successful season for him, Shaq?
To contribute meaningfully. I still feel that Marcus Rashford, and while we are talking about an exciting talent, is by no means an automatic in this Barcelona side. I think it allows Hansi Flick the option to make changes, to rotate, just give a different look when need be. But for me, I think the starting front four is the same as we saw last season. Yes, Daniel Mo continues to deal with far too many injuries, I'm sure, as far as Hansi Flick is concerned. But Rashford gives an option. If he plays a part in big games in league, in the Champions League, especially this extended format, that's a successful spell. Yeah, well, got there in the end.
Listen, the success for Marcus Rashford would be that they pick up his contract at the end of the season. That's all. That's what he has to do. Whether Barcelona wins the Liga...
That'll take a lot, won't it, considering the money that he's
Well, exactly, on. But that would be success. Regardless of what happens with Barcelona, whether they win the Champions League or La Liga, he has to make such an impact when he's asked to play, because I don't believe he's going to start, that they pick up his contract. That's going to be success for him.
As I said, we talked about Marcus Rashford a lot over the last few days. Liverpool, of course, breaking the bank to get that move from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. And we thought we'd take a look at where he stands in the Golden Boot odds. He's at 33 to 1, so suggestions he won't be the one getting the majority of the goals for Liverpool. Mo Salah comes in at 4 to 1. Interesting, those around it. Erling Haaland still very much your favourite, 11 to 10. Alexander Isak, we don't know who he's going to be playing with, of course, at the start of the season, coming at 8 to 1. João Pedro has impressed, hasn't he, since making that move to Chelsea, certainly in the Club World Cup. Comes in at 13 to 1. You're looking for an outsider. Saka is 33 to 1. Looking at those strikers, Nedum, Haaland favourite. I imagine you will agree with that.
Yeah, I will, and I think most of the people probably would as well, just because of the fact that, in this last season, we've seen him have some time out injured, seen a sort of depleted and disappointed Man City side for long periods, and he was still in the top 3 for scorers in the league anyway. And I think when you know that he has more to give and the club have more to give as well, it'd be a big surprise if he wasn't maybe getting up to 25, 30 goals again this coming season. And I think for Salah, we've seen what he did last year, which was truly remarkable. Like, will Liverpool continue to be doing that in the same vein year in, year out? I'm not 100% sure. I think if anything, you probably revert back to type. We've seen Haaland being the top goal scorer, as we've seen in the previous 2 seasons. So I'm a believer it will be him. I'd imagine other people think the same, but I think the Ekitike one's interesting just because as well, You know, he's got Salah, he's second behind Salah in terms of those Liverpool players. But will he be starting every single week?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, because, you know, what happens if Luis Diaz stays? What happens if Cody Gakpo plays through the middle as well? Something he's very capable of doing. But it's a great option for Liverpool to have, and it's a really exciting young talent for them as well.
How many goals will he score for Liverpool, Stevie?
Ooh. Well, if he's not starting, that's going to be a problem.
Well, yes, that is the sort of logic, everyone, that we very much pay the big
Well, you
bucks
kind of
for.
caught me off guard, because, well, why wouldn't he start?
All right, well,
I
don't
don't
listen to
understand why he
Nedum.
wouldn't
It's
start.
fine. Right, he started.
Aye.
Right, he started. Right, but I didn't ask if he's going to start.
20.
I was how many goals he was going to get.
If he's going to be playing regularly, he's going to be hitting 20.
So that's 33-1. Looks great value.
Yeah, and I don't get the 33-1. I mean, João Pedro, for example, who I like, who I think is a real good player.
Yes.
He's not a goal. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer. This guy will contribute. So I don't understand why João Pedro is so high up.
Well, I suppose because of what we saw in the Club World Cup and the difference that he made and the goals that he scored.
I understand why he may be sitting in third place.
And I suppose he's going to start. And the question is, will Ekitike start?
I don't see why he doesn't. I mean, I just don't. I don't get how he's not going to start. I think absolutely he starts. And then from there, it's up to him.
Ekitike going to score more goals than João Pedro?
I would think so, yeah.
Do you think so?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, the guy's a goal scorer. João Pedro is more all-round than actually being a goal-scoring centre-forward.
Right.
That's why Ekitike, in my opinion, if the two of these guys were to play the same amount of games, I would bet money with you that Ekitike scores more goals than João Pedro.
I'll take that bet.
Are you taking that,
I'll
Shaq?
take that bet.
You're taking it?
I'll tell you why. Because, and while I
You
get...
take that bet?
Yeah.
$50?
Sure.
Come on, then.
While
$50 bucks.
Did you
There
say
you go.
50?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
Wow.
If they play the same amount of games.
Well, no, you can't throw that.
Oh, well,
caveat in.
that's exactly what I said.
No, but that's...
I said if they play the same amount of games, then Ekitiki's going to score more goals.
You're already throwing in little caveats.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Coming for the guy who's just talking about he's not even playing.
That was Nedum.
You backed him up.
Don't get all panicky now that you made your bet.
Let's start the show over.
Yeah,
Let's start this whole show over.
Thanks, Nedum.
Somehow it's gone off the rails.
You're going João Pedro, Shaq.
I go João Pedro because I still think, and while I guess Stevie's point about Ekitike, I expect Mo Salah, and for me, I think Mo Salah will win the Golden Boot. I think he's going to get...
Do you think so over Haaland?
I think I'm going Mo Salah over Haaland.
What?
Let's not... Before we go on some other tangent, I think Mo Salah will again get the bulk of Liverpool's goals. And then when you look at everybody else around that front three, front four, you've got Gakpo, Verge. They will get their fair share. And as a result, I think Ekitike's numbers aren't as high as maybe they would be otherwise. And now, while, again, to Stevie's point, João Pedro is a more all-round player, certainly in this Chelsea team, as it stands right now, with a month left in the transfer window, or 6 weeks, whatever it is, he's the focus of their attack. And I think he will be Chelsea's leading scorer. And as a result, I think João Pedro gets more than Ekitike.
Where's your money, Nedum?
I would go, on this occasion, with Ekitike, just because for Chelsea, we forget Liam Delap. Surely he's going to be getting some game time as well. Whereas, you know, if Ekitike ends up being the one that leads the line for Liverpool, then that's going to be great for him. And I think for João Pedro, the goals that he scored over the last few seasons, I think a few of them have been penalties. Well, who's the penalty taker for Chelsea? It's one Cole Palmer, is it not? So I think that share is still going to go with Cole Palmer. So as a consequence, yeah, I think I'll go Ekitike over João Pedro.
Oh, I like you throwing money around, Stevie.
Not pennies, by the way. I'm not taking pennies.
So confident
I'm not taking pennies.
And Salah or Ekitike, who gets more goals between those two?
I would think Salah will probably get more goals, yes, definitely.
Will Ekitike's involvement be a problem with regards to Salah's productivity?
Absolutely not. I don't think so at all. I don't... You know, how many goals does Salah get standing in the middle of the penalty box? Or in, you know, everything is coming from the wide area. And Ekitike, if he's going to be coming from any sort of wide area, is going to be the other side. So, no, I don't see Ekitike causing any sort of problem to the output of Mohamed Salah.
Of course, no Arsenal players are involved in that in the betting as of yet. Gyökeres, of course, been heavily linked to a move to Arsenal, who are in action.
Saka was in there. Bukayo Saka was in that list.
Apologies.
Oh.
Thank you, Shaq. Anti-Arsenal, anti-Saka way. Will he start? Doesn't count. OK, Martín Zubimendi could have gone to Liverpool last season. He didn't, of course. He will be playing for Arsenal at the start of this campaign. Talking of the move, he said, the first question I had to answer was whether I wanted to leave Real Sociedad, and it wasn't the right time. I felt that Real offered me more opportunities and that I still had a lot to learn. So staying at Real was the best decision for me. I don't know what Arteta saw in me, but I saw him as one of the top coaches in Europe. At the end of the day, I wanted a quality coach when I left Real Sociedad. Take that, I suppose, slot. How important is it, Nedum, when you're in that situation, the timing of a move?
Yeah, I think it's massive, to be honest. And I think it's interesting that he suggested, Sociedad offered him more opportunities. Because like the opportunity to win a Premier League title playing for Liverpool feels like a significant one and a significant draw as well. But in terms of those connections, like it's happened to me a couple of times to where, when I signed Queen's Park Rangers in 2012, they actually came in for me in the August transfer window, but there was a manager there who I wasn't really having the same connection with.
Who was it?
And then in that time, he ended up losing his job. I can't remember. But anyway, the next manager that went in there was Mark Hughes. And Mark Hughes was somebody who, yes, I lied. Mark Hughes was somebody who I'd just worked with at Man City. And understanding how he trained, what he wanted to get from the side and so on, it was an easy decision to make. And as a consequence, I made my move down there. I was there for 6.5 years. So I think the connection and the belief that you can have in a manager can go a long way. And on the other side as well, this is all these years when I was really struggling at City. So 2010, 2011, I went on loan to Sunderland for the year. Really enjoyed the year, incredible year. But right at the end of it, it just felt like the tone and the feel around the club wasn't in the position I wanted it to be in, because they didn't really seem to be that driven as such. What was the expectation for the club, or were they happy to be where they were? It felt a little bit like that. And in my naivety, I thought, well, let me see if I can go back to Man City, because I've been on loan, and maybe try and fight to find a place in the Champions League squad, in this squad, in that squad, and so on. So I went to Roberto Mancini towards the end of that season, and asked him, is it possible for me to come back for the next year, because I want to fight for my place, to see what I can do and try and make amends to whatever could have happened before. He said, let me think about it. And then as soon as he was thinking about it, the deal that I potentially had with Sunderland disappeared. But little did I know, Dan, my opportunity at City was also in the bin as well.
Oh.
So it turned out maybe I should have taken the first option and stayed at Sunderland.
Yes.
And then, stayed with the manager, which I knew, instead of deciding to try and find something that just wasn't there.
Stevie, you've spoken before about Graham Souness trying to get you from Liverpool to Rangers.
Yeah.
What stage were Liverpool at that time? Was that when everything was kind of not falling apart?
No, not at all. No, we were challenging to win the title again. We had a great team. So my decision not to go with Graham Souness was to do with.
Because I imagine financially you would have been better off, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I would have got a lot more money.
Right.
But in terms of
Just didn't want to live in Scotland?
why would I leave Liverpool to go anywhere else, particularly in the UK?
Right.
I mean, it just made no sense. We had a better team. I had Kenny Dalglish as my manager, and as much as I respected and loved Graham Souness, no, I was absolutely in the right spot.
How did that conversation even come about?
I think they call it tapping up.
Yes.
I was tapped up, as they say. I got a phone call at my house from Graham.
Oh, from Graham Souness
And asked me if I was interested in coming.
Right.
And I pretty quickly said, look, appreciate you.
And did you ever have a conversation then with Liverpool saying, look, Rangers want to take me, can I have a little bit more money to stay?
Well, if I wanted to get Souness in trouble, that's what would have happened.
Right.
So I kept my trap shut.
Oh, look
They
at that.
didn't know.
Loyalty.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it wasn't even close. Absolutely. I was in the best place for me, and I think I made the right choice, big time.
Shaka, you were in it about a bit.
Yeah. Nobody tapped me up.
Is the phone rang yet, Desha? No. Is it plugged in?
Have we paid that bill? Have we paid that phone
Someone
bill?
call it. Make sure it's working. Good, that's all right. Shaka, don't force a story if you don't have one. That's fine.
No, I've got none for you.
Zubimendi, of course, they won't be for Real Sociedad this season, but of course our coverage of La Liga continues. You can see every single one of those games and every single one of La Liga matches from now to the end of the season, 380 in total, live on ESPN+. Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba won't be playing in this week's MLS All-Star game. They have been selected. They should be obliged to play. However, Inter Milan will not be releasing them. It's still being discussed as to what the punishment, if there will be any, for Messi and Jordi Alba. As a man, of course, who coached MLS All-Stars. Stevie, what do you make of this?
I don't understand. Why would they punish them?
Well, because it's the marquee MLS game. You get paid a lot of money to play in this league. Surely just coming in and playing a game against Mexico's best is the showcase that you have to be involved with.
No, I don't see it that way at all. This is an extra game that it should be a choice. You shouldn't be forced into doing anything.
Right.
I totally disagree with that 100%. And if they... And well, they won't. Number one, they won't. They will not ban...
So in theory, they could have a one-game suspension.
Apparently, the rule is they have a one-game suspension, right? That will not happen. I would. You want another $50?
No. I know. I'm in total agreement.
That is not going to happen. And absolutely, players in an All-Star game, in my opinion, should not be forced into playing. If they want a break, they want a rest, they don't want to play, whatever it may be, they should have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You agree, Shaq?
Yeah, 100%. Everything that Stevie just said. Nothing will happen to Messi or Alba or anybody else who turns down the invitation. And to Stevie's point, yeah, you should have a choice. Now, many players want to take that opportunity because it puts them on a different platform. It kind of showcases their standing within the league. But let's be honest, I don't think Lionel Messi needs much of a platform right now.
Nedum?
Yeah, I think it's fair what the guys are saying, and I think as I look at this MLS All-Star game and so on, you kind of wonder, well, who is it for? And then when you look at it from the sort of player perspective, you do want to be in a position where everybody's the same. You know, we all agreed to this, we're all in the league together, we're pulling in the same direction, so on and so forth. But then it's the face of the league, it's the face of professional football in general, Lionel Messi. And he's making a stance, it feels like, with Jordi Alba and saying, well, how much does this game actually matter? And when he says that, it's very tough to tell him, well, no, you have to play. And I'm with the guys, you know, you can try and give that one-game punishment, but that's probably of a bigger detriment to the league because the fact that Messi's played in every minute of the previous 19 games for Inter Miami is a huge deal. And if you want to take him away from that, watch the eyes disappear, watch the moment disappear, and all of a sudden watch this conflict between the fans of Inter Miami, Messi, and then the league itself. And from that, sometimes it's very hard to recover.
Of course, they've tried to make it more interesting over the years. Big clubs have come over, or indeed MLS have gone to big clubs. But lately, of course, it's been All-Star versus Liga MX All-Star. It's been 3 of the last 5 All-Star games. When you were involved with it, Stevie, did it matter?
Yes.
So what's changed?
I don't... Well, when you say it definitely mattered to the players.
Right.
And there was never a game that wasn't sold out, so it clearly matters to fans. People in this country enjoy that game. And the fact that it's a League MX select, I think the league is just guaranteeing it's going to be a sellout. So I don't think anything has changed. No, I really don't think anything has changed.
But you've got your biggest star in the league not turning up. That's surely a problem.
Well, no, as I said, it's still going to be sold out. And this time next week, do you think anybody's going to be talking about Messi not going? You know, anybody who's bought a ticket for this game, I don't believe are going to be next week still complaining that Messi didn't turn up. They won't be. Nothing's going to change. This time next year, whether Messi's still in MLS or not, this game will be a sellout and people will go and enjoy it. So nothing's changed.
So for those people attending, I get it, it's a nice evening out. But for MLS, surely this is where you should be able to showcase your league to get people interested. This isn't going to do that, is it?
Well, no. But to Stevie's point, and I think certainly the circumstances has worked well from an MLS or certainly from a ticket sales perspective in that you have a Liga MX team playing in San Antonio, Texas. That guarantees that it's going to sell out. Now, we may never know exactly what percentage of that crowd or possible crowd was coming to see MLS All-Stars, including Lionel Messi. But for whoever does not show up because Lionel Messi is not playing, that seat will quickly be filled by somebody wanting to support their club or Mexican player of their choice. So I don't think the turnout in itself will be at all affected. I just feel from an MLS perspective, the interest would dwindle.
Stevie was, of course, in charge of the 2005 MLS All-Star Game, and it is the subject of today's Stump Stevie. Look at that! Wow.
Oh,
All right then, Stevie.
Oh, no.
You, of course, went to the Santiago Bernabeu to take on Real Madrid. This was Real Madrid when they were just full of superstars. I suppose they are now as well. We'll take a look at the starting 11. We've left out the big names. I'm wondering if you can fill in the blanks as to who are the 5 players that are missing. And every single one of them is huge.
See, I might get a few of these because I was talking about this.
All right, you're allowed to get them right.
I know. Well, Beckham.
Beckham is correct, yes.
Zidane.
Is correct.
Raul.
Yes.
Roberto Carlos.
Correct.
And the last one. Michael Owen.
No.
It's a forward, right?
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah, Brazilian Ronaldo.
it's not a bad team, that.
It's not bad. The manager, Vonleh Luxemburgo, as well. They won 5-0, Stevie?
I think it was 5.
Yeah, 5-0.
Tell you what, they scored after 3 minutes. Beckham free kick. 1-0 after 3 minutes. I'll tell you, I was like, how long's the goal? It's like, I've settled for 5.
Okay, all right, should we continue? A little bit of quizzing?
Go on then.
So,
And I made a good start.
Ekitike, there's something very special about him. Only 4 other Liverpool players have something in common with Ekitike. And we're wondering if you know what that is.
Are they French?
And we will give you the name of what it is. It is a palindrome. Do you know what that is?
No.
So have a little look and have a think. So focus. Have you got it, Shay?
nope. No.
Focus on the surnames.
Listen, if the NASA guy...
No, you can get this. Focus on the surnames.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what
Yeah.
it is.
I know,
Yep.
Is that from a movie or something?
Not from a movie, no.
A cartoon?
No, not a
No.
cartoon.
Am I getting close?
No, you're nowhere near.
Keep throwing darts.
The darts players?
Okay,
No, don't
No,
know.
it's no.
so no.
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 So look at the first and last letter.
And look at the second letter, the second to last letter.
Okay.
Okay. I. Yeah,
Okay, what is it?
Yeah, the first and last are all the same.
No, well, yes.
Just tell him, put us all out of our misery. Put us all out of our misery.
They are the same.
First letter is the same, the
And
last
letter is the same.
Second letter and the third letter and the third to last letter. You noticing a trend here?
Which means that you can spell them both.
The other way around.
Yeah!
Forward and backwards.
Well, it was nearly a darts player.
There we go. Let's take it back to
night.
football, shall we? You famously played in goal for Sheffield Wednesday
Yep.
back in the day. Can you name the 2 goal scorers?
Oh. Well, I know they were from Forest
Yes.
because I was in goal.
Oh, boy.
Pierce?
No.
No.
No. One was a famous Dutchman.
Hoydonk?
No.
What's the other one? Give me a clue.
The other one's Scottish. Well, sounds Scottish at least. He may not be Scottish.
Not Wilson, was it?
No. They weren't
Gemmell?
palindromes. No.
The Mac somebody.
No. First name was Paul.
No.
Paul McGregor
No.
and Brian Roy.
Oh, Brian Roy, aye, we left winger.
There you are.
Paul McGregor.
Yeah.
By the way, you were the double for Kevin Pressman there, Sheffield Wednesday kid. I mean,
Oh, you mean fat? Thanks, Jack.
So we don't have Nedum? Oh, we had one for Nedum.
That was the only thing I had in
another
common with
time.
him that day.
Hopefully Nedum will be back for extra time to answer some of your questions. England, of course, through to the final in the defence of their European Championship crown, and we learned today that they will be facing Spain. Spain, the big favourites to win the title. However, they made to work extraordinarily hard by a solid Germany defence. In fact, Spain's goalkeeper pulled off a couple of great saves to keep them in it, and in the end, it was a late goal in extra time that sees Spain advance to the final. They will be favourites against England. For a lot more on that, be sure to check out Football W. They talk about England on the latest edition of the show and whether or not they can defend their title. That is it then. That brings us to the end of today's show. Be sure to stay tuned as extra time is coming up. Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Shaka is here, Stevie as well. Nedum, can you hear us? Apparently there's been some technical problems.
I can hear you. Can you hear me, Dan?
Yes, beautiful.
Okay?
There we are. Did you miss our palindrome game?
I saw it straight away. It's a very, very nice bit of trivia that I like it.
That's great trivia, isn't it? It's very impressive. Not bad at all. I think we stole it from someone. I don't think, well, definitely we didn't get it from ourselves. Okay, Rodrigo to Liverpool is an upgrade or downgrade to Luis Diaz, Stevie?
Ooh. I would rather have Luis Diaz. Listen, yeah, if I'm picking a team tomorrow,
Really?
I'm picking Luis Diaz over Rodrigo.
And you know my next question?
Why? Quite honestly, Rodrigo to me has had some big moments, but I wouldn't say he's been the most consistent ever. I think Luis Diaz has been way more consistent and has had big moments. Yeah.
Do you concur, Nedum?
I think for Liverpool, yes. I think Luis Diaz has got a little bit more bite about him as well. Not to say that Rodrigo doesn't have it, but I think in terms of some of the physicality of the Premier League and for the way that Liverpool need to play at times, I think Luis Diaz can match that sort of energy, whereas I think Rodrigo might come a little bit short there. Yes, he has the talent, but as we can see in the Premier League, he almost needs to be a complete player to be of a big influence for some of these bigger clubs as well.
Stevie, as Liverpool's biggest critic. so Stevie, while you're away, Stevie sent me a video and it was like, Steve Nicol, ex-Liverpool legend, hates the club.
Hey, attention seeker. Attention seeker.
Why Stevie sent me this? I just saw it. It's just all the
Oh, boy.
Honestly,
edited, all the abuse.
every single thing I'd ever said against either a Liverpool player or the way they had played.
Been all edited together.
All stuck together.
Shocking, it's
How
great.
dare you be
I love
unbiased.
that. Right, over, under. 1.5 trophies next season. Where are you going for Liverpool?
I'll go under, I'll go 1.
Oh, Liverpool hates. There's new signings.
Yeah. There's a set up as well.
Why? Which one? Okay, which one is my first question?
Boy.
Premier League.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Champions League.
Liverpool are not favourites for the Champions League, are they, right now?
No, I would say PSG probably are.
Right, so there you go. So Premier League.
Because they're not
Because
favourites.
they're favourites. They are favourites.
Right, yes.
Premier League.
Yeah, I imagine they're favourites for FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well.
Well, the problem is, what are they going to play the first team? I'm not so sure.
Okay, all right, that's.
In fact, I'm telling you that they won't. The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup will not be.
They learned their lesson after.
Will not be Liverpool's first team.
Okay.
And when you do that, you open the door of an upset and getting knocked out.
Okay.
Whereas in the Premier League, in the Champions League, absolutely they're going to be going for it. But
Right.
as you said, PSG will be the favourites.
Yes.
And Liverpool, I believe, right now would be the favourites for the Premier League.
Wow.
So that's why I'm going 1.
Wow. Despite record.
Unless you want to start throwing in the Charity Shield and all
No,
that
I don't want to do that. No.
Right, good.
Okay.
You are biased.
Who should United sign as striker, Shaq? Mateta, Watkins, or Jackson?
No, it's got to be Watkins.
What's happened to Ollie Watkins?
He just kind of fell off a little bit back end of last season. But I still think, I certainly of the three, in terms of Manchester United needing an out-and-out finisher, Ollie Watkins for me is easily the best of the three. Mateta gives you a lot more from deep, but in terms of finishing, Ollie Watkins.
That was quite a serious answer, Shaq.
Yeah, I'm a very serious guy, Dan.
In case you missed it, there was a bet that happened during the show. Shaka bet that João Pedro would score more goals than Ekitike. With Stevie, $50 of Stevie's money.
And not pennies. I'm not. No
I've still got those pennies at home somewhere.
Yeah.
Who should United sign? Mateta, Watkins, or Jackson? Nedum, who are you going for?
To be honest, I'll go against Watkins just because Watkins is a fraction older than the other two. I think he's 30 years old. And I think if United are going to be doing that, they're not really building for the future as such. And I think we saw in January that, like, Watkins, is he not like an Arsenal fan? Did not want that move to happen. So maybe he's thinking that could be an opportunity for him somehow. I don't know. So I think I would actually go for Mateta because I think there's something to be built there. Whereas for Nicholas Jackson, is he a 9? Is he a wide man? We've not really seen it enough properly in the Premier League. Whereas Mateta is a clear 9, and when he's hot, he's super hot.
Would Nedum be okay with letting Ederson go and replacing him with James Trafford?
I like Ederson, you know. I think some people rightly point out some of the mistakes and stuff that he's made, but I think what he's changed since he's been at Man City is he's transformed the way that they've played football, transformed the way that they've made attacks. You know, this is a guy that's got 5, 6 Premier League assists, whatever the number is. Somebody who people don't really want to go and press anymore because they know how good he is on the ball. And I think for James Trafford coming in, he can be a fantastic shot stopper. But I think that ability on the ball is something which at times can define City. And yes, he could make a mistake every now and again, but the positives to me far outweigh the negatives. So I'd be reluctant to see him leave. But if James Trafford comes in, then I suppose it's just a case of trying to build on that legacy, I guess.
Nedum, what's going on with Ederson? Why is there only 3 million?
I don't know, Dan. I don't have a clue about these transfer fees and so on. He's 3 million, but there's somebody that's never kicked a ball before, might be 10 million. I don't know, Dan. I don't have a clue.
Well, I have had some offers. Shaka?
Yeah?
Ederson, what's going on?
I'm with Nedum. Nedum certainly has transformed the way that City has played. I think where Ederson has come unstuck over the last few years is Ederson's strength was his passing over distance, over range. And you couldn't press him because the team couldn't press too high because Ederson would just drill a 60-yard ball over the top of you. And more, his mistakes have come when he's tried to pass short out to the back. And you've seen less of those long balls over the top of defenders. I would love to see Ederson go back to that because that forces the entire team to take a couple of steps back and allows City a little bit more room to develop their passing style. So if I'm keeping Ederson, I'm saying to him, go over the top. Look for Haaland and Marmoush and the likes over the top a lot more than he had been certainly over the last 2 or 3 years.
I find that strange. We're talking about passing here.
Yeah.
We're talking about passing here.
What are goalkeepers there for?
Exactly, to save the ball.
Yeah, Shaka.
And when was the last time Ederson made a big save that changed anything? All of those, that run of games that was ridiculous where they were going ahead, sometimes 2 and 3 goals ahead and let it all go. If Ederson had made some saves, they could have avoided all that.
But to that point, Stevie,
Surely
that's
more important.
never been.
Is that not more important?
No, but Ederson has never been the top shot stopper in the league, let's say.
I'm not saying he's ever been the top, but I'll tell you what, when he came, he was making some saves.
He's making some saves.
I don't remember the last time he made a save.
It's not as though he was, he wasn't like Alisson is for Liverpool. He was never that type of goalkeeper for Manchester City. Even when City were winning, 5 in a row or 5 in 6 years, whatever it was, he was never that goalkeeper.
Shaka, should play be stopped if the goalkeeper makes a save on a penalty kick? No rebounds allowed? Automatic goal kick?
No, I'm balls in play.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you'll know. Because when I heard this first time, I thought this is a wind-up, right?
Oh, no.
Is it possible that somebody's come up with this and they've actually thought about it?
So here's the thing. Here's kind of the frustration with how things happen in IFAB. It just takes somebody high up enough in FIFA or World Football to put something forward and you have to discuss it.
Right.
It could be the most ridiculous thing.
Like this.
But as long as it comes from a confederation president or somebody with enough weight within world football, you have to discuss it.
Wow.
And that for me, yeah. But anyway.
You all, of course, came to America to end your careers.
Y'all. Y'all.
Are you okay?
Did you try and say y'all?
No, I think I just said you all.
No, it was kind of a cross between the two, wasn't
Really?
it?
I thought you were just having some sort of...
No, that's what it sounded like. Y'all.
I was making sure
Y'all.
you're okay. Where would you go now? Saudi Arabia, MLS or Wrexham?
Saudi Arabia, I'd go.
Why would you go there, Shaq?
Warm.
Sorry?
It's warm.
It's warm. Well, it's warm. You're in Texas.
Yeah, it was actually. It was way too warm.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Stephen?
Saudi Arabia.
Yep, not Wrexham.
No.
Stevie's in the latest Wrexham documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you done?
I'll probably criticise somebody.
Welcome to my world.
He's criticising Liverpool.
I know, yeah.
At least we don't have ex-players like this guy.
Nedum?
To be honest, I think I'll be on the same plane as those two going to Saudi Arabia. I hold my hands up, I apologise, but it is what it is.
No thinking about it.
That's all right.
No thinking about it. I'll
Should we
take
do
a
the
middle
quiz
seat
question
if I
now
have
with
to.
Nedum, or do you want to leave it for another time? Oh, all right, don't bother. Okay, that's it.
Okay then, all right.
He's a bit stressed.
Oh boy.
Short show. We are done. We'll be back tomorrow for more. No Nedum quiz. So sad.